Hi everybody. Here is my China doll, and I made her a body, and this is her original hands, her bisque hands. They're beautiful. Let's see, I'll lay her down for a moment. Some of the stains I have not been able to get up, but they have been washed many times, so am I going to keep trying to get the stains off? Absolutely. So I handmade her little legs. Made some cute little stockings with the little bows at the knees. And I made her arms by hand. And I did a little tie there. Just so she can... The bows are there so she can have joint to bend. Yeah. She has no markings other than a 0 or 01 or just 1. She does have some flea bites. It's where it was uneven. But I don't mess with those flea bites. She has one in her hair. She's the lowbrow China doll from the late 1800s. I got her in Etsy. Gosh, that was a long time ago. Almost 10 years ago, off of Etsy. And originally, she had a kid leather, and I say kid leather as in a baby goat kid, hide as a body. And she had the pin hip joints, and she had the pin knee joints too. And why did she end up with a modern homemade body? Well, it was my fault. I did not store her properly in the basement, and we had a lot of rain, and so our basement flooded, and I did not store her properly. She's in a paper box, not in a plastic box. And yeah, her body sadly came apart. I was devastated. Being from Texas, you don't have basements out in Texas, or they're very rare in Texas. So I'm not used to this whole basement stuff. It's a whole nother, venture. But anyway, here we are. She has a new body. What is she stuffed with? Well, originally it'd be sawdust. Would be in here. But I use glass beads that's really popular with weighing reborn dolls or dolls you want to reborn. And technically, she's kind of reborn. Nah, not a baby though. Anyway, I see, there's like some glaze right there. Like these dolls, they just have so much charm. I love her rosy red cheeks. She's so sweet. Anyway, glass beads. So sandblasting it's like, sandblasting glass beads. Now they're so popular for ringborns, they just call them wing glass beads. And I got mine glass beads from Amazon. It was 10 pounds for $25, $20, something like that. Anyway, as you see, her seam is off to the side. It is not centered. I just went with my memory. I bought a Etsy pattern, and just kind of, I lost the pattern, and so I just kind of went by memory of what I could remember. And she sits up on her own. I mean, I am on a bed, so she may not sit. Yeah, she's not gonna sit. I put weighting beads in her arms too. She has, girl. Whew, I'm glad you're on a soft surface. But she has polyfill. She has glass beads right here, polyfill here, and of course, as you could tell, flop, flop, she has polyfill in her legs. I totally wish I could have weighed her legs, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time. I was just in a rush to get her done so I could pick up my son from school. Anyway, that's the front of her. Just want to give you guys the details. And this fabric was a fat quarter I got at Joann's. This material, it's like glove-like material. You know, people that used to wear long ago. It's not leather. It's like a stretchy athletic blend. And I got this fabric, believe it or not, from the Goodwill. So, I like to look at Goodwill for anything, you know, just anything I could need, maybe someone else would need. And I found fabric at the Goodwill. And it was, gosh, I think it was like 2 yards worth. So I still have plenty left over for future projects. Unfortunately, I do not have clothes for her at this moment, but I will be sewing up some either by hand or machine, just depending on what I decide. I don't know how to dress her. Like, I want to dress her the period, but then I also want to dress her modern. Like, I can't make up my mind. She's just so lovely, and you know, most of her is modern, and you know, I sewed buttons. You know, I like to keep buttons in my sewing box, because you never know, so I might lose a button on their shirt, and I will happily, you know, sew a button on their shirt or their cuff or collar or whatever. So these are just extra buttons I had. They're plastic. And this is ribbon trim. So it was really difficult to sew on. But it was worth it. It's worth it. It's so thick, and it's already, you know, I didn't have to do any ironing, the pressing, you know, it was already made like this. I just cut the ends and then seared the ends with a lighter. So she has it on the front, and she has it on the back. I did lose a button, so there's a stitch there until I could find her button that's supposed to go back here. That looks like the rest. But anyway, and she has polyfill in her head. I can't remember if I mentioned that. But anyway, that's the full details of my sweet girl. I gave her a name, but I forgot. Sorry. Sorry, little one. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.